Howdy y'all, this is Nick back with another video, and in this video I am going to be doing a teardown on my Autolite 2100 carb that came off of the 360 in the Green Machine, which is a 69 Ford F-250. So let's begin. I'm going to be, once I got it teared down, I'm going to be putting it in chem dip overnight, and then tomorrow I'll be doing the actual rebuild. I got the rebuild kit. Hopefully everything goes okay. This is my first time doing this carb, so I might have to run and get some tools, because you never know. You know, I got a general Phillips screwdriver and some pliers. You know, this thing isn't too dirty, but it's still better to put it in the chem dip and get whatever junk is in it out of it. The tag identifies it as a C8TFZ, which basically that means it's a 60s carburetor from 68, and I forgot what the T and the F mean. Probably, if I know, I'll probably put it in the video. Yeah, I made sure to decode the tag, identify what it is. And actually there's a date code on the tag. Basically, you know, there's 4 digits, B8H2 at the very bottom of the tag. And that basically, the 8 stands for 68, the H stands for August, and 2 is the second day of August, so August 2nd, 68. Even though it is a 69, the VIN decoder does show that it's like an early model that was built in 68, so it makes complete sense of this carb. It's probably original, you know, because that tag isn't all that secure. It can get taken off and easily lost, but lucky for me, the tag's still there, if it even is the tag. Yeah, just little stuff like this. Well, I got pliers. There's a little clip over here on the side. Oops. You wouldn't let me lose some. That just friggin' flew off somewhere, so I'll have to search for that later. Yeah, I'm gonna say this contraption here is kind of dumb, because you can't even, really? I guess you gotta unscrew that. That sucks. I didn't want to dig through this thing trying to. Alright. Yeah. So this is where the little parts come in, that hook thing. Actuator there, and definitely want to be careful of that. You know, don't be like me, I just lost a friggin' clip. So yeah, now I got the top. Holy shit, look at that float. Look at that float. That float is fucking trash. So the whole idea why I'm tearing this carb down to begin with is because the float kept getting stuck. And, you know, the thing, you would have to basically just friggin' mash on the pedal, hold it, and then it would friggin' fire up. You know, you have to just floor it, hold it, and it would turn over until it just whoom. And so just kept thinking, okay, that is trash. That is like, this is sad. This is probably, that is the worst float I've ever seen. I'm just so shocked. But I'm going to continue with the teardown here. One thing I don't like about this carb is that it looks like what they did is that they combined the throttle body with the bowl. So it's going to be a pain getting this thing into the can for the cleaner. But we'll see. Yeah. Another thing that's easy to do with small parts like this, like what I was talking about. So you got 2 stars. Oh, so you got a clip at the bottom here. Then you got 2 stars that go on here. Then you got this spring. Then you got a star here. And then you got this thingamajig. And then this screws right on top of that. Now this carb has been rebuilt before, so some things might have been hacked or changed or not done right on it, and I have no idea. But that's the way this thing came apart. And of course, you know, on the side here there's supposed to be a clip, and that clip is missing, and now I gotta go, and it would attach to here, which of course is the flap. So now I got to find that later. So yeah, now we're going to get into the Venturis here. Get these off because it's probably most likely a gasket for the Venturis. Yep, there's a gasket right there. Now if we can even, yeah, I'm going to have to get a screwdriver, well not a screwdriver, a wrench for the fitting over here for the fuel line. Not be a big deal. Someone, the stud for the air cleaner, someone literally just ran it right down till it bottomed out and then it bent. So that is friggin' rigged. Now I did read the records and I found some receipts because, you know, this truck came with 3 books. And one of the books had a lot of receipts in it, and apparently some of the receipts were actually, you know, work orders for a shop. And of course in there was an order to rebuild the carburetor. So most likely a shop did this. But I'm not going to say any names or anything, because who knows if they're even still in business. That was way back in the early 2000s or something. And I don't know, maybe it was, who knows when it was last rebuilt anyway. So I'll figure this out here. How the hell does this come apart? There, okay. Just like that, there's a little clip. That fucking float. This is junk. You know, of course this is one of the things I was sitting here thinking I'm gonna run into something that I'm gonna have to order and that I don't have everything. And of course, guess what? I gotta order a float because that thing has probably got a hole in it somewhere. I don't know how. What the heck? Did someone throw that across our room? Whatever this is. It's a rubber thing in there. Interesting little stuff here. Then there's another clip here. Yeah, right in there. Undo that clip. Or maybe, yeah, that's how it goes. And then, so you undo this mechanism, and then you're able to take this out. I don't know what that is. There's two jets in the bottom, which, I mean, that's the easiest for me right now. Pray that these jets come out. I'll be right back. I'm obviously running out of tools. I'm going to need some sockets. I'm going to need a wider flathead. So, I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. And I got a really exaggerated screwdriver here. This is like the widest I have. It fits for these jets. And we'll see. I'm not going to friggin' tear these things up if they won't come out. Because I'm not in the mood to order another friggin' carburetor and go through hell again. Yeah, so those jets aren't coming out, so I'm not going to mess with those. I'm just going to keep going. Because it is what it is. They suck. Of course it would be like that. So yeah, I'm just going to move to taking this out, taking that fitting off, taking this thing out. Because that's the best I can do. There's this thing. Got that off. So now it's time for this thingamajig. What the hell is this? Yeah, I guess you have to bend that clip to get the thing out. That's dumb. Yeah, it's like no other way. There's not any And the other option is just to, instead of messing with that, I can just take these screws off and see what happens. So I think I'm going to do that. Of course, I can't get my hand to the line. Right. Oh, stupid me, I forgot a screw. That, I was wondering if there's going to be a spring popping out on me. Whatever that this rubber thing is. Is that even... Well, that broke. And then there's like this rubber thing that goes in there. And then there's a case here on the bottom cover. So I'll pop that out. See what the heck is in there. Maybe it's access to these Venturis that won't come out. That's just a gasket down there. Whatever that thing does. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a socket for that. Looks like it's threaded in. Alright, so just a quick update. Basically, that part on the bottom that I took the cover off, this is just a plunger. It has some special socket to it, which obviously I don't have one. So I just used a adjustable wrench. Came right off. There's a gasket on it, so you want to take that out. Got the old gasket off, sanded it down. Never put any old gaskets in your chem dip. Make sure you take all the old gaskets off. Went ahead, rinsed out the carb, a little bit of water, because you know what you're going to have to do is once you take this out of the chem dip, you're going to have to rinse it with water anyway. But you know, in order to preserve the chem dip, you don't want any more junk going in there. So you know, you rinse, you get all the big chunks of crap out of it before you put it in the chem dip. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Hopefully it fits. I've given up on the 2 jets on the bottom. Those things are not going to come out. You know, they're going to be typical seized up piece of crap jets. I'm going to have to order a new float, so tomorrow is not going to be a rebuild. The rebuild is going to start when the float comes in, so it just sucks. I was sitting there thinking, you know, there was an option to order the float the other day, and I was just sitting there like, you know, what if there is a hole in the float or something crazy like that, and that's why it's not doing what it's doing. And I just figured, well, you know, I'll go ahead and see. And I mean, just, this is, I mean, name a worse float you've seen. This is fucking ridiculous. It's like someone just took a screwdriver to it and just hammered it. And to me, it's kind of a little bit, it seems a little bit to me to be like sabotage, like the shop hated him, the previous owner or something. I don't know, because I mean, I can't explain how the hell that happened. It doesn't, you know, I thought it looked at first like it was thrown across the room, but now it looks obviously like there's a point to it, there's a tool mark, definitely, flathead screwdriver, and it, to me, it's like they either didn't know what the fuck they were doing and they stuck a screwdriver in the bowl and tried prying it out and they busted it, or they literally took that thing out on purpose, put a flathead screwdriver on it and hammered it and did that. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in the chem dip overnight and see. I'm a little bit worried since, you know, throttle body is connected to this thing. Is this gonna fit? You know, the top cover, I don't know if I'm gonna put that in. I guess since I'm waiting on a float, I have extra time. I can go ahead, do this body and throttle body, and this bowl and throttle body, and then I can take that out, you know, little pieces, and then put that top cover in. They call it the air horn. Yeah, so I'll see y'all in a bit with this prepared to go in. So yeah, so here we go. We're gonna try fitting this in here, and of course, you know, drop this in. Actually, you know what? It might just, I'm just gonna put the body in first. I'm gonna try to put the body in. I don't know if it's gonna fit. So that just unhooked. I'm gonna go ahead and try taking some parts off on that side. I'll be right back, because obviously it's not, it needs, this thing needs to be submerged. I need to be able to put the cap back on it. So I'll be back. Okay, so I got it in a position where I got the whole bowl submerged in there, but of course, you know, this actuator here, all that is going to be sticking out. I'm just gonna, there's not really anything in the instructions that says that the cap has to be on, but it obviously vents and stinks. So I think I'll just put some saran wrap over the top, and that should solve that. And also, one thing to note, when I took this thing apart, I found no ball valves. No ball valves. So most likely I'll be surprised if in the kit there is ball valves, because maybe somebody lost them all and they didn't even bother to put them back in. But so far, it's probably to be expected that this thing doesn't have any of those little small ball valves that could get lost. So far we're good to go. Then tomorrow around the same time, 24 hours from now or something, or overnight, whatever, swap this out with the lid, put the lid in, air horn, and then these little parts can go in. And just take it a little by step at a time, since this float has given me the time to do that. So I'll see you all in the next video. That was the teardown, and hopefully next video is the rebuild. And this time I'm going to go with doing a rebuild video, because last time I did a teardown of my Bendix Stromberg carb on my Fury, and I did a teardown video, but I didn't do a rebuild. And that sucked that I didn't go through with that. So this time I'm going to go through with that. I'm definitely going to have a rebuild video. That's going to be the second video. So, yet again, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.